So guys, welcome back to another SithGeek YouTube video. You're seeing my face today, it's a bit crazy. We have a background, we have a permanent camera rig, we have a permanent lighting rig here. I'm going to do some stuff in the background. It's a bit bland right now. I'm going to stuff with the cupboard, stuff with this background down here. I'm going to do like a mural of SithGeek and, you know, red bricks, black bricks and all that. But we're on to the task of today's video, and that is discussing episode 3 of Star Wars Clone Wars season 7. And if you guys have already not seen on my channel, I haven't actually talked about episode 1 and episode 2, which is unfortunate enough, but I might go back and discuss them, and then we can go 1, 2, 3, and then I can make a playlist, and then that'll be all great and dandy. But today is going to be a non-spoiler, so it's going to be my first non-spoiler review on the channel, so it's going to be really hard to discuss this without actually spoiling it for you guys, but I'm going to go ahead and try to do it. Fingers crossed if it comes away as a success, but who knows? I'll be editing it a little bit, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see if it's gonna be alright or not. Anyways, the episode is season 7, episode 3. It's The Wings of Kiradak, as I think I'm pronouncing that right. And I'm just gonna say the opening spread episode, and it's survival is one step on the path to living. So that maybe gives you a little inkling on what actually happens in the episode. For me, talking about the episode it's a great arc of the 3 episodes so far. So the first episode led really well into the second episode. The second episode had a little bit of filler in it, just to gather the story along, and now this episode 3 really brings to a climax this storyline. There's a couple of things that we have on the end that we don't really know about, so we've got some cliffhangers there, but that's really interesting. There's stuff going on with experiments and that sort of stuff. Obviously I'm not doing spoilers, but I'm just discussing it, trying to discuss it. If you guys have already seen by the other episodes or the trailers, etc., the Bad Batch, obviously we have them, we have those guys. I'll probably discuss them in a later detailed video on Lego Star Wars Battle Packs. I think they'd be incredible as the Bad Batch, but there you are. So other stuff that I can discuss in the episode without actually spoiling it is very varied. But it's a great lead-in from the first episode to the second episode, and then a bit filler, and then the third episode is it's perfect how it's resembling. It's like a final battle commences, and obviously there's highs and lows, and there's a lot of new mythology that Star Wars brings in here, especially with the Techno Union. So that comes into play a bit more. We've not seen that much from the Techno Union in the Clone Wars so far, so I like they're exploring that a bit more, because it really is just the Trade Federation they've discussed, obviously the Separatists and Republic. So a bit more politics there, but not a lot. I mean, that shouldn't put you off this episode at all. It's really an incredible episode, and there's certain aspects that we can take from other Star Wars movies that they've obviously had inspiration from. Animals in the movie, like that help them, are quite relatable to the Ewoks. So I think that is quite cool that they've done that and relating it back. Also, we can really see the little changes and the change of Anakin, the way he's going to the dark side, and the stuff that he's progressing along. What he's thinking and that stuff. At the same time, he has a certain maturity about him, so it'll be interesting to see how they push his character later on in the episodes of season 7, because I think there will be points where he gets really angry and he has to show the Vader coming out of him and that sort of stuff. Rex is explored quite well in this as well. Like before this, we never really had Rex. He was always the superior trooper. He was always the best of the best. Him and Cody up there, but in recent episodes of the Clone Wars, including this one, you can see some little mental tics in his mindset coming through. There's some doubts, obviously leading on to Order 66 and that sort of stuff. But obviously he doesn't know about that from what happens in previous seasons of them almost discovering the chips in the brain and that sort of stuff. So the character development in this is incredible. The storytelling is incredible. It feels like classic Star Wars. The battle at the end is really cool. I think they related it quite well this episode to the start of the Star Wars Clone Wars movie. Christophsis, I think that's where we were. There was a bunch of droids. It was like new artillery that we've never seen before, obviously. It was a new cartoon. It was the first thing we saw in Star Wars Clone Wars, and there's a lot of that. There's a lot of new droid technology and Techno Union technology in this, and it's really interesting how they do it. But with the filmography and like how they cartoon it, they bring it back and they have the same ideas as they had in the original Star Wars Clone Wars movie. So hopefully that's getting portrayed across to you, and I'm trying to explain this in the best way, shape possible. But yeah, it's really, if you guys have ever tried to do a non-spoiler review, it's really hard. You have to tiptoe around every like subject and not spoil it. Who have I not discussed? So yeah, we have a little later look at the Techno Union. That is interesting. Other sort of stuff in this episode is obviously we have even more character development about around the Bad Batch and how they develop. So we've got Tech, we've got the rest of them as well, and they all interlock quite well and they all complement each other as characters. So we have Heavy, he obviously does the heavy lifting, he's scared of heights at some points, so that brings into it, obviously he's the big muscle man, he's scared of heights, so there's always a bit of that. The funny thing is with Heavy, he's a bit clunky in some moments because I think they had to do that to relate back to it being a cartoon and it not trying to be as dark as it is going to progressively be. But yeah, hopefully guys you have found this video interesting, because I just think it's a bunch of ramble, but I'm still going to put it on YouTube because normally I would delete this video and be like, oh, that's complete garbage, none of you guys would understand what I've said. But I'm still going to put it up because, you know, it makes me learn from the experience, and you never know. Episode 4, I might be a bit better with the non-spoiler review. I'll bring a spoiler review about this in a couple days, or maybe tomorrow. That'll be a lot easier to just discuss everything up front with you guys and not try to tiptoe around things. Anyways, if you have enjoyed this video, please smash the like button. And also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, maybe consider just subscribing, because, you know, we're approaching 300 subscribers, like 250 or something. I've really been grateful for the support recently, and also I apologise for being away for like 5 days because I was ill. I still have a bit of a cough, a cold. I've got a really sore neck as well, so I can't really bend it that way very much. But apart from that, I'm all good, and we're back to daily content, like hopefully like 2 videos a day, hopefully, potentially, who knows. Anyways guys, peace out, have a nice rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next video on the SithGeek YouTube channel. Bye guys.